I'm Dan Fitzpatrick, stockmarketmentor.com, and this is the chart of the day for Saturday, December 5th. I'm doing something a little bit different in this chart of the day. I'm going to give you the whole sector, at least just the stocks that I was going to comment on in the weekend update that we do for members. But to be perfectly honest with you, I got so many stocks that I need to cover in the weekend update. There are a lot of opportunities. I'm just telling you, I guess you could say this is a soft sell, although we've had so many promotions lately. If you're not a member yet, you're not going to be, and that's just fine. This is for you. I have so many stocks that I'm covering. I didn't want the videos to be like 45, 50, 60 minutes long this weekend, so I'm just putting this into the chart of the day. I hope you like it. Okay, transports. On Thursday, these were the big losers. I mean, a key breakdown of support, you might think. But if you look back here, this actually was solid support. Well, I'll go ahead and go into it here. I'm doing this before I'm doing the weekend update, so I've already kind of got my shtick planned. Look here in the S&P 500. What I'm talking about is this. You see these two big down days here, and it's like, oh my gosh, Friday's going to be ugly, right? Okay, you look at the transport, same thing. Like this is a key break of support. This is going to go lower. Wait a minute. This was support. This was support somewhere in there. What I'm saying is don't get all lathered up about a break. Again, don't get all lathered up about a break because you'll see this. Check out Starbucks, which I'm not going to look at. That's a perfect example of a stock that looked like it was being poured. I said it was a venti drip, being poured right out the end, and then another day comes by and it moves higher. So this is the way this market is right now. So with transports, here's the big deal. Okay, crude, 41.08. Well, it actually closed below 40. Okay, big down days here. So oil's going down. Saudi Arabia is bound and determined to screw all the frackers. Whatever the Saudi Arabians want to do is what the Saudi Arabians are going to do. Just whatever. But they're pushing. They're essentially trying to squeeze everybody out. They want to keep their market share. Even if oil's trading at $20, by golly, they're going to keep that market share. And do you know why? Because they don't have squat going for them over there other than, oil and terrorism is about the only two things they got going. So the bottom line is oil prices are going down. Boy, how was that for some controversial social commentary? Hey, that's what I do. So the airlines are really starting to pick up because it's getting kind of obvious. Oil's not going up anytime soon, and trust me, it won't. It's not going up anytime soon. I don't know if it's going to go any lower. Trust me, I don't. I don't know if it's going to go any lower, but it's not really going to go much higher, and airlines are acting like it. Okay, JetBlue, this is the one with the most potential, I got to say. And do you know why? Because the others a lot of them have already kind of broken out, but I'm looking at JetBlue, and you want to keep an eye on this thing. If the stock moves up, members, you'll be getting an alert here. If the stock moves up above 26.43, if it moves up above 26.43, which is the upper Bollinger Band, you're going to get this portion of the video. And this portion of the video that you're going to get is the part that says, hey, now that it's up here, any breakout above 27 marks the next leg higher. Kind of like Alaska Air, we got this on Friday. This is the chart that you want to look at when you're looking at these airline stocks. They're not trading stocks. Okay, they are coast-to-coast stocks. You want to just hang on to them. Alaska Air is just getting going. Anybody here think that this is not ultimately going to get to 90? It's not a big deal, $5, but we can stretch it down here and say, anybody think this isn't ultimately going to get to 100? These are the kind of trends that you like, at least that I do. Hawaiian Air, it's way too late to buy this one, right? Well, and you look at the daily chart, and maybe this is just starting to get going too. But this is why I'm saying, like, I like JetBlue better just because it has, I mean, Hawaiian's already done this. JetBlue, for, you know, whatever reason, hasn't, but it's working. LUV, Southwest Air. I was just talking the other day about these squeezes when they occur too far away from the 200-day moving average. They don't really have as much upside. And like Hawaiian Air would be one of those where it's squeezing, but then on Thursday it kind of came back to earth. But for every one of those, there's this. But if you really look at it, it's not that far up above the 200-day moving average. Not that far at all. But this is the type of thing that you want to look at with these. So we see LUV, squeeze, weekly chart, just coming out of a very, very long base. United Air, sideways consolidation. You know, it doesn't look as good as the others, but when you're looking at the daily chart, you watch for a move, say, above 60. And I'm not saying buy it when it hits 60, and it will sometime next week. I'm saying you start watching it, because the actual real resistance here would be, you know, we'll call it 61.50. Be like 61.50, but I would just want to keep my eye on it. If it moves up that high. But frankly, you know, if you're going to trade air, you know, trade one of the others that seems to have more, you know, just has more potential. And then American Air, just wanted to throw this one in too. Looks kind of a lot like UAL. So these are really more kind of longer term holds. They're not really doing anything, but when you look at all of the airlines in general, by the way, we got to look at Spirit. Do you know why? I'll tell you why. Because this is what I'm talking about with respect to squeezes, and I've been harping on this for a while meaning the last few video days, because it's really important. Here, the rubber band, look at the distance between the squeeze right here and the 200-day moving average, really stretched. So now that the squeeze happens, this is moving back towards the middle. In other words, the rubber band's done stretching. Now it's contracting. It's coming back. This tends to have further, you know, more upside if you're trading this. So anyway, hope that helps. One other thing, because I don't want to go over transports in the weekend update. JB Hunt. Trucking. You think they use diesel? I think they do. You think diesel comes from oil? Actually, it comes from the little-known diesel plant. Actually, it just comes from oil. But look, this is a pullback. This works. Look at this. Oversold bounce? I think so. They reported earnings on Thursday. Apparently not that good, right? But they did hike their dividend. So this is really bouncing off of this support. Again, it's just kind of a stretched rubber band looking for more upside. This would be, in my view, a trade. JB Hunt, this would be a position. You hold the position, you trade the trade. Okay, that's it for this weekend update. Members, get over to the strategy session, the market overview, and don't be expecting to look at transports.